Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Gracie Navarro of Graceful Healing. I welcome you. I thank you for being part of this channel, of this space. Welcome, friends. This is my introduction video where I will set my intentions for this channel to share, to explore, to inspire, and create with you. I have been developing for the last 6 years. And through my healing journey, I have learned and came back to remembrance of who Gracie is. So I live in Northern California, lived here most of my life, born and raised. I would love to honor the lands that I reside on, the Pomo territory. This is a beautiful land. I love living around the trees and the mountains and the water. So thank you, stewards of this land. Thank you so much. I want to honor my culture, my heritage, my ancestors, my mother and my grandparents who came from Mexico many moons ago. My grandparents came from Monterrey and Jalisco, moved to the United States in the early 40s, moved to Northern California, where I'm at now in the 60s. And yeah, where I was born and raised, I moved away, came back. This has been home for many years. I'm 50 years old now, and I call this home. My father's side, I want to acknowledge them too. I didn't discover my culture until my 30s, which I will share later in a next video, in a few videos, not the next one, because there's going to be a very variety of storytelling in this channel. My father is Hawaiian, Puerto Rican, Italian, and I am relearning my culture and discovering. So I just want to thank my ancestors for bringing that awareness to me. I am a mother to three amazing human beings. They're adults now. I am so blessed to be their mother. I am just so inspired and loved by them so in so many ways. They have taught me different aspects. Like being a mother is one of my true joys, and witnessing them in their journey has been amazing too. And they're loving partners. I'm a mother-in-law to a daughter-in-law and two son-in-laws that just brings so much joy and light to our lives. I am a grandmother of amazing rainbow children that are going to change this planet. I love this generation. They are so inspiring. I'm a wife to an amazing husband who holds space for me, even when he doesn't understand what I'm going through. And that's another story I will be sharing with you, and how our lives blend together, being raised in two complete different um cultures and but there's similarities in that too. So I'm loving this evolution and this reflection. It hasn't always been easy, which life is is flavorful and colorful, and I'm so excited to share my lived experience through storytelling, and how I learned and evolved into my spiritual connection. I've always knew that there is spirit out there. In the beginning of my years, I was afraid of it through the belief system I was raised in, through the culture I was raised in, and my own belief system of being fearful of that, and how that evolved into my healing, into my journey now. And my hope and intentions for this channel is to share through my stories, through my teachings and my awareness. It's a way, it's my truth, it's through my lived experience and what I've learned through my lived experience. I'm 50 years old, and it's always going to be evolving. And that's the beautiful thing about being a student of life, and with keeping yourself open to different teachings, knowing that there is many different teachings. There's could be one teaching in a cycle and it evolves to another teaching, and being acceptance to those teachings, knowing that my truth is my truth and your truth is your truth, and we still can coexist with each other. And that's such a beautiful thing about teaching and sharing and learning and appreciating, right? Respecting each other's differences. And, we live in a society that can cause division, and it's up to us to bridge that gap of separation and come to self-acceptance first and foremost, accepting ourselves, accepting that our truth is our truth, and it's okay that it could be different from other people's, and appreciating and respecting other people's truths. And that's how we build that bridge of love and acceptance. So that's my hope for this channel, through storytelling, through my lived experience, through channel with my spirit team. As my story has evolved, this channel will continue to evolve as I learn. I've always been the one who's very adventurous and love to try things at least once. I have tried. If I don't try, then I will never know. I lean back. I shoulda, coulda, would have. I don't live with that way anymore. That was the old story. And these different cycles that we go through and sharing them. And my Aries, I'm an Aries sun and double cap rising and moon Capricorn. So learning that duality, and, my Aries is very fiery and adventurous and want to take charge, and my Capricorn is very grounding. So it's like learning these aspects of ourselves. And I just discovered my astrology chart 6 years ago, and because I brought a lot of healing through these aspects of learning and rediscovering who Gracie is, conditioning the conditions I was raised in, and bringing healing and forgiveness. And I'm here to share that story with you, whether it inspires you, whether you're like, okay, Gracie, that doesn't make sense. That's okay. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And the way I've learned, and I've always learned, is through storytelling, through different, watching TV and movies, documentaries, reading different books, listening to different lectures and groups, and in the community I'm in the membership I'm in. I love learning through storytelling. I remember sitting as a young child around the campfire with all the elders and all the older people in my life, and listening to their stories. I still listen to their stories. There's so much wisdom to gain from our elders, and even, stories from people who walked the path before you. They could be younger than you, or they could be the same age, but they made us start their journey before you and gain some insight and wisdom through their lived experience. Doesn't mean you adapt to their lessons, but if there's something in their lived experience, or their storytelling or teachings that resonate, your body will let you know, your spirit within you will let you know if it resonates with you, right? And that's the inspiration that your spirit, and that's the teachings you follow. And it's like, okay, and it will lead you, and there are pivotal moments where you could pivot and be like, okay, that ran its course, and that's okay. And it's always okay to change directions and learn different teachings. And I've learned that through my life, because I would get stuck. I'm like, no, 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 this is the only way. This is the only way. And these opportunities would come, and I would pivot, because it was, this calling, and it was like this nudge. And it's like, okay, we've all got intuition. We all got that higher guidance, that inner guidance that leads us. And it's up to us to lean into that and learn to listen to that. And it takes time and patience and consistency and appreciation to learn to trust that inner guidance. And like I said, I just started my journey, it's been 6 years. And I was afraid of my inner my inner guidance. I didn't know to listen to that. And I used to be very angry and upset. But, fast forward, it was a teaching of mine that I had to walk through. And I'm so appreciative now. So I lean into these cycles of my life. And that's the beautiful thing about our life, our lived experiences. We get to, choose to make these changes in our lives, or we get to choose to stay exactly where we're at. And that's the beautiful thing about free will. That's what our creator created us to have free will, to choose to make that decision. It's our choice, what we choose to change. And sometimes we stay stuck, and that's okay too. It's okay to live a cycle over and over. I had lived many cycles, and you know bringing healing to those aspects is such a beautiful transformation. So there's my kitty. Welcome to living in a trailer. But I am so grateful that you are here. I am excited to lean into this new journey of creating a YouTube channel and sharing my knowledge, my guidance, my teachings, my awareness. I hope and I set this intention to inspire, to bring grace and bring compassion and forgiveness so you could come back to remembrance. Because through our lived experience, it could cloud, quote, the love that we share, the love that we are, who we are, and that's okay. It comes back to that remembrance. And it's being kind to ourselves and gentle through these cycles and transitions of our life. So thank you for being part of Graceful Healing. I am excited to be here with you and share. If you like to follow me, please subscribe and share. I appreciate you. And I will talk to you soon. Have a beautiful day, my friends.